we have to know what is the moment of inertia for an area. Consider a plate submerged in a liquid. The pressure of liquid at a distance y below the surface is given by P is gamma y, where y is the specific weight of the liquid. The force on the area dA at that point is dF P dA. Do you know?
Yeah.
P is the pressure intensity. The integral term integration y squared dA is referred to as the moment of inertia of the area of the plate about x. This sort of integral term also appears in solid mechanics when determining stress and deflection. So we have to know what is moment of inertia. Moment of inertia for an definition considers the different possible cross-section shape and area. The three kinds of area, they have the same area, but the moment of inertia are different. Is the definition. Suppose there is an area. How to define the moment of inertia of the x and y axis? For a differential area dA, for the differential area dA, there is a distance x. The distance is y. We define moment of inertia of dA is y squared dA. Is definition.
Yes.
Is definition. So for the whole area, we can get Lx is the integration of y squared dA. At the same way, Ly is integration x squared dA. Jo is a polar moment of inertia of all the area. You define is definition because R square is x squared plus y squared. So we can get Jo is Ix plus Ly. Yes, we can call it the second moment of the area. The unit is the length to the force power. The unit is length to the force power. So it always be positive. Always be positive. Because it is to the force power.
The moment of inertia?
Moment of inertia must be positive. There is no negative moment of inertia. That's right.
Yeah.
So, how to find? For example, there is a rectangle. How to find the moment of inertia of the x and y x? How to find it? So from the definition, we get a differential area like this. The where the distance from the area to x is y prime. So, according to the definition, we can get Ix prime is integration y prime square dA. Yes or not? Because the dA is b dy prime. Understand? The area is dy times b. Yes or not? The weight is b. Yes or not? So we can get x prime is from mathematical. We can get it's just mathematical.
Hold on a little bit, Doctor. You said the A is B times B times dy prime. D times dy prime?
Yeah. B y prime dy square dy is
Dy prime is
B is a constant. Yes.
B is constant, yes.
and then dy prime is the distance from the purple line to the top, or from dy is
Look.
huh? Dy is this thing here.
Yeah, dy.
Dy is this small.
Yeah, dy prime.
Dy prime. Rashi, are you going to send us a speaker?
It's a rectangle. We get dA. Yes or no? X prime from the definition is definition. Yes or no? It's just the formula. Y prime is from minus half h to half h. Understand? So we can get the result of that.
Hold on.
We can get the result. So for a rectangle, if x prime passes through the center, C is the center of the rectangle. X prime passes through the center of the area, the rectangle. The moment of inertia about x prime is b h to the third power over 12. You have to remember it, because in practice there are lots of beams.
We have to remember.
There are lots of beams. The cross section is a rectangle.
Means every rectangle
Yeah.
that have
Yes, sir. For every rectangle, the moment of inertia about x,
through the center.
center x is b h to the third power over 12. So we have to remember it.
Rashi.
By the same way, we can get x b I b is another axial. By the same way, is the definition, but y prime is from 0 to h. Yes or no? By mathematical, we can get the result is 1/3 b h to the third power. What? You don't know? Huh? You don't get it.
Maybe it's just it's
What's the problem?
My problem is first of all that
You don't know how to calculate.
yes, like I don't know what's going on exactly right there. I really don't get it.
If you don't know the exactly, yeah. If you don't know how to from here to here, yes, no, you don't know.
No, the first part.
From
I
here,
didn't get that.
see that? See that?
Can
It's mathematical.
I come? No, shit, but yeah. You said this is dy prime.
Yeah.
Then
We get a small area, differential area.
so
The radius is b. The height is dy prime. So dA is b dy prime. Yes or no?
Yeah.
From mathematical, we can get the result.
So is it always supposed to be done this way?
Yeah,
Always?
yeah,
According to where your y and x
yeah,
is supposed to be.
yeah.
So like for example in that question, the question that you gave us yesterday, you can
If you don't know how to calculate, it doesn't matter. You just remember the result. It's enough.
Yeah, this is ghosting.
Yeah, this is ghosting,
This
yeah.
is
Because it's mathematical.
like
Actually, moment of relation is belong to geometric knowledge, not mechanics. Because we didn't know it before the class, so I have to introduce it. Understand? Actually, it belongs to geometry. So we have to know. Remember, suppose the x is passed through the center of the rectangle. The answer is b h to the third power over 12.
Yes.
Suppose the x is the bottom side or the top side. The moment of relation is 1/3 b h to the third power. So we know the moment of relation is dependent on the x. Yes or no?
yes.
If the x is different, the moment of relation is different. Understand?
Yes.
Hold on, just wait. Not wait.
By the same way, we will get Ly prime moment of relation about Y prime. How much is it?
It is
Because by the same way, we can get it travel H B to the third power. Because it's a rectangle. Yes or no? Can you understand?
Because we differentiate at
Yeah. Yeah, we can get a differential area like this. Yes or no?
dx.
Yeah, just swift x and y.
Then we use from
Yeah.
from
Half minus half b half yeah.
So for y, it's going to be minus.
Is here and then it's a y prime. Yes or no? And dx prime. Yes or no? And y prime integration half b x prime 它是 x 啊 is b
B times
x prime
B what?
yes or no x prime square yes or no
Yes, it's B.
no it's h yes
Which
it's
H?
h
Oh,
H.
yes.
So by the same way is the same yes or no so it will be understand. So we have to remember the first place is the first place is the length of the set, which is parallel to the x. Yes or no? B is this set, is the length of this set. This set is parallel to the x. Yes, for this case, H is the length of the set. The set is parallel to the y-axis. In this way, we can remember it. Understand? By the same way, we can get y and y prime is here. Okay. Okay, we know x prime is parallel to xp. Yes or no? X prime is parallel to xp. How? There comes a problem. If we know x prime, how to get xp?
What? How to get?
Yeah, there is a theorem. Theorem. Parallel x theorem. Suppose it is a parallel. We know Ax. We will get Ax is equal to Ax prime plus A dy square. The distance between the two ends is dy.
What?
Is a theorem, is a formula. We can it's an example because x b h square. Yes or no? X square is b h square. Suppose plus the distance. How much is the distance? Half h. Half h square times the area. Yes or no? See, you can check it.
The area is which one then?
The area is BH.
Oh,
Rectangle. Is it in the red? Yeah. So parallel 7 is right. I didn't prove it. I just accept it. Okay? If you want to how to prove it, the book, there is the proof is in the book. You can read the book. I didn't prove it on class.
I'm sorry. What exactly are we proving? Anything.
Yeah.
What are we proving?
What of the book? The theory. I didn't prove it on class. You can read the proof in your textbook. I just tell you how to use it. For this is a rectangle. Yes or no? We know x prime and x prime and xb and xb is x prime plus a dy square. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Oh, we get the same result. Get the same result. So to be h to the third power. Understand? Okay, it's an example. I have to introduce the moment of inertia for a second. And first I have to introduce it. Suppose it's a second. Yes or no? Is x, is y, the two x pass through the center of the area. So x equal, understand?
What?
D to the fourth power over 64. Just remember it. If you want to prove it I can. But it is complicated. We have to, it's Iy, same, because it's a single.
Yeah.
So, determine, there is an example, determine the moment of inertia of the area shown in the figure about x. This figure is about x is passed through the center of the area, but the x and don't pass through the center of the area. It's different. Okay? Let's study how the PPT calculated. And first is this figure is equal to this figure minus this figure.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
So for the figure x is x prime plus a dy square is same now. Same now. And so that is same.
Yes, 1/64.
Yeah. It's
Yes. Yes. Yes.
yes. Yes, now.
But
So,
the question is, you say here the moment that's it, X.
yeah, I will. It's just
First for the circle.
it's just about the x prime. X prime passes through the center of the circle. But in this example, it asks you find the moment of inertia about this both side
Yes.
x.
Okay.
It's a dy. The area of the circle is pi or square. Yes, now the distance is 75 millimeter.
Yes.
75.
Yes, now.
Yes.
So this part is the moment of inertia of the circle about the x. Yes, now. But the same way we know is the rectangle for the rectangle by the same formula. At first is the moment of inertia about the x prime x. X prime passes through the center of the rectangle. Yes, now plus a dy square is the is the area, is the distance. So we can get the moment of inertia of the rectangle about x. So we can get the moment of inertia for the area is therefore as that is the moment of inertia of the rectangle is the moment of inertia of the circle. Yes, not because the circle is a whole, so it's minus. Understand? It's difficult. No.
If you've been told to find the moment of inertia. What was this question? What is the question?
What?
Moment of inertia.
Moment of inertia.
Of the x-axis.
Yeah.
And then
Yes, it means this x is prime. This x is x prime. That's x prime. It's difficult. It's more difficult than how to find the center of a
Yes,
area.
yes. Wait,
What?
wait, wait.
Question. Yesterday. Yeah, yesterday we know how to find the center. But this example is easy. It's just an example, just the processes. We don't need in practice. We don't need you. We don't ask you to find the moment of inertia for the x-axis. We just find the moment of inertia of the x prime. That's that. But now I just want you to know how to find the moment of inertia. Sometimes, because the area is a symmetric area, but in practice, there is some cross-section. It's not a symmetry. It's not a symmetry. So we have, at first, we have to find the center. After you will know. Okay?
Just telling me one of
Slowly you answer your something.
Just I want to know the 1/4 pi.
1/4.
Yeah, how you get this?
How you get this up? You don't know.
Yes.
I introduce it here. I ask you remember it. I didn't prove it. You want me to?
We just memorize it, right?
Yeah, just memorize it.
So Ix equal to GD4.
Yeah. For secant, you have to remember rectangle.
This forward.
We have to remember two cases. X prime, Y prime, rectangle and secant. The two areas about the axis pass through the center. How much is the moment of inertia? We have to remember. Understand?
Yeah.
No.
You remember this case and this case is not.
Where is it?
Here is an example. It is an example. Okay? Look at the see the problem. See the problem. Determine the moment of inertia of the cross-sectional area of the member showing the figure about the X and Y central X.
Why right again? X would X is Y.
It's difficult because I just ask you remember the two cases. Yes or no? But it's a composite area. And first, we have to divide it into regular areas. Yes or no? Go ahead.
Yes.
What?
At first, I separated it into three parts. Yes or no? Into three parts. Because it's three rectangle. We know the rectangle. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Look at it. For rectangles A and D, we know Ax equal to Ax prime plus A dy square. I ask you 1 minute. Where is X prime in the figure? Do you know where is X prime?
Prime?
Yes. Come here. X prime passes through the center of the rectangle.
Yes.
So, where is the rectangle A? Yeah, X prime is there. Yes, passes through the center. How much is dy? How much is dy? For the rectangle. How much is dy?
200.
No. Yeah.
How much?
150. 150.
150.
Is dy? Yes, sir.
All the way up to.
Up to. Oh shit. Up to another.
Yes.
This beam, the first beam, the rectangle is A and B. Is this rectangle up to B or up to B?
It's dy from X prime to X.
Yeah, so from E.
So it's no. Is X. Oh.
So you
Passes through the center.
Yes.
So it's dy.
You have to find
So it's divide, it's
And then for and then the
Okay,
other
okay,
is
okay.
possible.
Means 200.
This is 100.
It's 200. No, no, no.
What's this?
100 of it. 200, maybe 200. Yes, no, it's 200.
But we need to know the exact. Why
How
are
do
they
they
saying
find
Eh? The dimension is not here.
Oh,
It's 100.
yes, 100. 100.
It's 100, yes, no?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, no? So the distance is 200, what?
250.
250? No.
Yes.
200.
I think
It's 50 plus 200.
It's 150.
It's
It's
200.
50.
Yes.
So it's 200.
Yeah, it's 50.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, 50.
50 plus. Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes. Okay. So we can find our brand is. I ask you remember it. Yes or no?
BH2.
Yes.
1/2 of BH2.
Yeah. So
Area of the
area
100 times.
y square. Yes or no? Dy square. So because A and D, area A and area D is in the same position. So
They have the same.
a rectangle, the moment the initial of A and D are the same.
That's because they have the same everything. Everything.
Yeah.
The same measurements, the same.
Yes.
So if they have different measurements, they will have been.
The same dimension, the same area, the same divide.
Okay.
Yes or no? Because from D, the distance U is also 200.
Yeah.
Yes or no? So they have the same result.
Yes.
For rectangle B, I mean, how much is dy for rectangle B? How much?
dy is 50.
How much?
Oh,
Is 0.
is 0?
For rectangle B, x brand
Oh, it's on
is pass through the center.
Okay.
X is pass through the center, so the distance is 0. Yes or no?
Yes.
So, understand? Look at it.
Yeah.
So, for the whole area, is L1, and first, so X is here, L1, for the rectangle A and D, L1 F ran plus ADX square, yes or no?
Yes.
How much is dx star? How much is dx star?
It is.
How much is the
Hold
length?
on. For what? For what, Lochi?
For the
dx star.
250. Yes. 250.
250.
Yes.
How much is L1 friend rated? Are you friend?
Write it in.
L1 friend.
Huh?
How much is L1 friend? Can you write it out? You don't know.
练习这些东西。
You Monka. Write it down.
Actually, I missed past 20 minutes. That's why I.
Write it. Let me check it.
东西是第四。
你是要分3个 Yes, very good. I ask you read the first term. Today you understand. Excellent. Mocha, you just write it out in your calculator. Well, you didn't know. Okay, let me introduce it. Okay?
Yes.
Half of 1/12 is a set which is parallel to
Y-axis.
y prime axis. Understand? Process. Because for area B, everything are the same, so we will get the same result.
So
Rectangle B.
what if it's not the same?
Huh?
What if it's not the same?
What is different?
What if it's not the same?
What is not the same?
If A and D are different.
You see the integral based on H squared. You choose one value. You return
Yeah.
So what you do is one area. You are doing for two areas.
Because everything for the two areas are the same.
So what if it's not the same?
For area A and area D, everything are the same.
It is asking if you have A and D is different, like the measurements of this is different to this. If this
If difference are, if dimensions are not the same, in that case you have to calculate D. So, for the rectangle B, how much is dx? How much is dx? How much is dx for rectangle B? Huh? Yes, 0. Yes, it's 0. How much is my brand? Can you write it out?
I want.
Yeah. Can you write it out? 3 呀。
Oh.